It's February. We're supposed to get an ice storm tonight, but I don't care. I'm not letting that stop me. I am going to marinate some flank steak, cook it up, and we are going to make some fun, fresh wraps. Let's go. Get my blender plugged in, and I'm going to make a simple marinade from the Pioneer Woman, Drummond. And I just add two extra ingredients, but we'll get to that. I'm just going to throw everything into my blender. Of course, I'm not measuring anything. Olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, or the heck you say that. Lime juice. This is about 1.5 limes. That's all I had, or I probably would have maybe used more. I also have the zest of some lime since I was short on my limes today. So just a little bit, just to give it some extra lime flavor. A bunch of cloves of garlic, of course. Hopefully you can see these going in. If a recipe calls for, say, 3 cloves of garlic, I always double that and do like 6, but I don't even remember what her recipe calls for. I have this left over. This is not in Pioneer Woman's recipe, but I have this left over from when we made the chili. We made the chili together, and I have the other half of this, so I'm just throwing that in. Cumin. And I don't know if I'm going to use I'm getting to the end of my cumin here. Save a little bit. Chili powder. It's supposed to be 4 tablespoons, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball. Red Pepper Flakes. I'm going to go kind of light on those because of the jalapeno. Salt and pepper, of course. Pepper. And the other ingredient that is not in her recipe is I have some cilantro in my freezer. If your cilantro, parsley, anything starts, getting to the end of its life, I throw it in a bag and stick it in the freezer and use it for purposes like this. So I am just going to use up still a frozen, like you can kind of see it's like a frozen wilty bunch, but it doesn't matter because we're just turning it into marinade. And the last ingredient that Pioneer Woman does call for is a heaping tablespoon of sugar. That smells so good. To this, we are going to make a little dressing. Salt. Sorry if you can hear my dishwasher. It's always going, isn't it? Pepper. white wine vinegar, olive oil, sugar, and to make this a creamy dressing, a couple dollops of mayo if you want it creamy. If not, leave this out. I make this a lot as a side salad to go with dinner, but for tonight's recipe, I'm actually going to put this inside our wraps. Tonight's wrap with the flank steak and this, and I'm also going to sprinkle in some feta cheese. So it's not quite a fajita, but yet it's not quite a shawarma. The Tex Mex ingredients for the marinade, definitely not shawarma. So it's kind of a cross between the two. I guess we need to come up with a name for that. You don't have to wait for summer to make something like this.